The battered opposition National Democratic Congress meets at the delegates level early next month, but the issue of leadership is not on the cards. And based on what some party officials are saying, it won't be for some time yet.
The National Democratic Congress will meet at the delegates level for the first time since its March 13th crushing electoral defeat on July 1. In making the announcement about the General Council, Deputy Political Leader Joseph Andel did not state where this will take place. Traditionally, General Councils take reports from organs of the party and help set the date for the annual convention, which is widely expected to be held before year-end. When the convention is held, while there will be contest for various executive positions, the leadership of Nazim Burke is expected to go uncontested. Under the Constitution, there could be a vote for leader once every 3 years. Burke is serving his second year after being elected to replace former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas. After its second successive whitewash at the polls earlier this year, there was speculation that Burke might have tendered his resignation in taking responsibility for the electoral devastation. But he has stood his ground and defended his stewardship against any recriminations. A party source tells WPG-10 that Burke intends to serve out his full term, after which the delegates can decide on his ultimate fate. Andel told a local radio interview this week that Burke was blindsided by the results of the last elections, but has since, in his words, rebounded well. For WPG-10 News, I'm Oslin Crosby.
And this afternoon, the big story from overseas. Many are scratching their heads on a comment Donald Trump made after his summit with North Korea's Kim Jong-un. The meeting ended with many promises, but no guarantees.
We will be stopping the war games.
Say that again, Mr. President? Officials from Seoul to Washington seemed blindsided Tuesday by President Donald Trump's announcement on the heels of his summit with Kim Jong-un that the U.S. would be suspending military exercises with South Korea. And nobody seems to know what that pledge actually means.
But we'll be saving a tremendous amount of money. Plus, I think it's very provocative.
Trump's choice of the word provocative is especially baffling, appearing to mirror North Korea's own rhetoric on the exercises. A South Korean official told Reuters he was shocked and initially thought Trump had misspoken. Foreign policy correspondent Arshad Mohammed is following the story.
The drills are done to keep U.S. forces at sort of peak potential to be able to fight a war on the Korean Peninsula if necessary. If you don't do the drills, your forces don't work as well with each other, and your forces don't work as well with other forces like the South Korean forces. So there's a fear that American military readiness will be eroded by stopping the drills.
The U.S. and South Korea have conducted regular military drills for decades, often drawing an inflamed response from Pyongyang. U.S. command in South Korea says it received no guidance to cease the drills, but the Pentagon later said Defense Secretary James Mattis had been consulted. Trump spoke with South Korean President Moon Jae-in on Tuesday, and afterward the White House made no mention of the drills. The move also sowing confusion on Capitol Hill. After meeting with Vice President Mike Pence, Republican Senator Cory Gardner tweeted that, quote, regular readiness training and training exercises will continue on the Korean Peninsula, later adding that war games will not, but he did not explain the difference. Trump's pledge to end the war games came after signing a broad agreement to denuclearize North Korea that's drawn flack for lacking specifics. Experts worry the drills are a lot to give up in exchange for no concrete concessions from Pyongyang.
Of course, we'll have more reports from the world later, including the debate about that trade feud between neighbors Canada and the United States. In the region, coming up also, bouncing back in Saint Martin, a WPG-10 exclusive from that Caribbean country. When news break out, we break in. This is First at 5.